video features 2 full recipes plus a bonus recipe, so let's get cooking. First, you want to water saute a diced medium onion with a 1/4 cup of vegetable broth. Cook until the onions are clear. Next, add in 3 diced cloves of garlic. So we're gonna add in my favorite curry blend. It is my personal blend, and it is 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of garam masala, 1 to 2 tablespoons of hot Madras curry, depending on how hot you would like it, 2 teaspoons of mustard powder, and black pepper to taste. Just sprinkle it all in and mix it up and cook on medium-high heat for 5 to 10 minutes without adding anything else, and this allows the flavors to develop really nicely, but do not walk away. Next, add in an entire can of tomato paste. This is what gives it its really rich flavor. Since this is an oil-free recipe, this makes the dish, in my opinion. And then I'm going to add in an entire can of coconut milk. You can use the light coconut milk, and if you would rather a lower fat version, then you can just use a plant milk. Next, I'm going to add in an entire cup of vegetable broth, and this will give the potatoes plenty of liquid to cook in without getting too thick and pasty. And it also adds a little extra flavor. So I usually use 1 large potato. I went ahead and weighed this so you would know about how much goes in there. This is a pound of potatoes. Aren't they gorgeous? These actually came out of our garden. The purple ones are called blue Adirondack, and they taste just like a regular potato but have such a beautiful purple color. I thought it would be something fun to put in this recipe. Bring the temperature up so that it begins to bubble, and once it begins to bubble, go ahead and take the temperature back down to a low simmer and allow that to go for about an hour so that the flavors can develop well. And once that hour has passed, you can see what a nice, beautiful red color this curry sauce has. And here you will add in a cup to 2 cups of sweet peas. And here's the finished product, and the flavor speaks for itself. This is a 50-50 plate served along with Bhindi Masala, which is spiced okra, and that video is coming up next. You want to start by cutting up your okra after it has been washed into about 1-inch pieces. This is some Alabama red okra that I've been growing in the garden. If you've seen some of my garden tours, then you've seen me talk about this okra and how it has a nice pretty red color on the outside. So after you get all of your okra cooked, you want to add them to a hot pan. And this is an oil-free recipe, so I had some water in there sizzling and ready to go. And you want to cook the okra for about 15 minutes because it's going to release a kind of slimy substance that all okra is known for. But if you cook it for 15 minutes sauteing, you're going to have it release some of that sliminess and get rid of it so it won't be there for the dish. And then remove it from the heat and add about a teaspoon of cumin. It calls for cumin seeds. I didn't have cumin, but so I used just powdered cumin and toasted this. Added a little bit of water to kind of make a paste and allowed the flavor to cook. And then you're going to add in an entire red onion. This was a pretty big one, so I actually just used half of it, and saute that down until it's nice and soft. Next, you're going to want to add in some green chili, and you do this to taste. You can use a hot one or a mild one, and also 1 inch of diced ginger and 2 medium tomatoes. And you're going to let this all cook until everything softens up and the tomatoes are kind of mushy. Mix it around and add your spices in. And it's going to be a 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric and 1.5 teaspoons of coriander and 1/4 teaspoon of red chili powder, or you could add more if you want a something that's hotter in taste, but this was fine for us. And then you're going to let that cook, like I said, till the tomatoes are kind of mushy. Add your okra back in, stir it up, and let this cook for about another 5 minutes. This recipe actually calls for a dried mango powder, which I did not have. I'm big on just using what I already have on hand and making it work, so you may want to add that. I'm going to add the recipe to the description box below so that you have that. And then I finished it off with a sprinkle of garam masala. This was supposed to be garnish, but I just topped it off at the end of the dish, and it turned out absolutely fabulous. So this was a compliment to the curry. I'm also going to add in a picture at the end and tell you a little bit about what else you can do with the Masala Bhindi. I hope you enjoyed this recipe as well. So let me add that picture and talk about it for a second. I posted this on my Instagram, and I had simply just put the Bhindi masala on top of some regular grits, following the directions of the grits. And this was an awesome breakfast. It was full of flavor, and the mildness of the grits complemented the intense seasonings of the Masala Bhindi. So I thought this would be a good idea to show. I had a lot of questions about how I did this, and the simple fact is that I just followed the directions making the grits and placed the reheated bhindi on top of the grits. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.